Traitors, 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 Awesome Club, traitors, 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 Master Traitors, Master Traitors, Master Traitors, Master Traitors.
All right.
Oh!
Oh my God, we're back again for another fucking juicy ass episode.
Juicy.
So we are the Arson Club. I am your snake daddy, your cheeseburger princess, your shit poster, supreme Matt Keck. Alongside me is the light of my life,
Paul. Kevin is an idiot Shields.
Kevin is so dumb. And so we are here once again. We're watching the Traitors US Season 2 along with all of you. Thank you so much for following along with us. And it was a juicy one tonight.
Oh, man, I am so mad. I'm mad, man.
I know you are. And so, I mean, it ended how we thought it would. We thought Dan was going to pull the trigger on old Bergie, who had the shield, which means no murder. Dan sucks. Dan sucks so bad. Parvati told him not to do that.
Why did Parvati let him?
I don't know.
Make that decision.
I don't know, but that decision was immediately their downfall. You see it in this episode. The faithful are so strong right now.
First decision. I was like, there's no coming back from this. Like we said last time, the only way coming back from it was to somehow talk it up that one of the people that were doing the bird calls
Yeah.
that was on Peter's side,
Yeah.
that was in the know, was a traitor.
Right.
Somehow make it look like that was the case.
Why would you not do that? That's
Right.
You need to create a
Which
rift
Parvati
here.
said that. She
Yes.
actually said that later on in the deal. She put it up there, but she really didn't push it
No, she didn't
as
push
a
it
thing.
enough.
She just said it could be you, and she pointed out the bird call people.
Right.
But I mean, those two. She didn't even need to get there. Why did they let it get to that point?
I don't know. Because Dan pulling the trigger on this and letting Bergie live was so fucking dumb. CT got out of it pretty quick, it feels like. I mean, listen, when Bergie strutted in, first of all, incredible. Bergie is just high on that Burgalicious energy. Phaedra was frustrated they were trying to kill her Burgalicious anyway. He comes in strutting in that suit. Dan looks like a fucking doofus.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure if they were going to tell him they tried to kill him or not, but they did. He knew they tried to kill him.
Yeah, he came up straight out and said. That's the thing.
I got a death warrant.
That's the thing. These guys, once they make a deal and it goes through, and it makes them feel like the smartest person in the world, and then they just have to tell everyone.
I know they brag too
tell
much about
everyone
this
how
stuff.
smart I am.
Oh yeah, I mean Peter's the same. He's riding this cocky energy now, right?
Oh
now.
yeah,
he is.
He thinks he's the smartest guy in the world.
He's the cult of fucking personality in this
Yeah.
game. He made himself a target a lot because of this. Obviously, Parvati's pissed at Dan. She should be pissed at herself, too, for letting Dan do this.
Yeah, it made no sense.
I feel
she
like
was smart enough to figure it out, and then she let him.
And, someone said Bergie... Kate said, Bergie seems excited, but I guess Bergie always seems excited, which is such an accurate description. Bergie's a young puppy. He's a Cocker Spaniel of but 3 years old.
Oh, he is.
He
I just got a wall calendar of Cocker Spaniels.
You did?
Yeah, and this month's looks just like Bergie.
Is it a puppy or is it a...
Oh, it's a full... I mean,
I could see that.
I mean, it's kind of in the... I think he's
a middle-aged pup.
Yeah, it looks just like him.
Hair. Yeah.
The blonde one. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He is. That's exactly right. Bergie is a Cocker Spaniel. He's always excited. And right now, I feel like in this moment at the breakfast, Phaedra still feels safe. No one's really looking at her. She does always say funny shit during breakfast. By the way,
pass that meat.
Pass that meat. Yeah.
I think that's her move of trying to get out of just making
deflect.
sure she says something.
She's talking about food.
I just got to talk about food because I don't want to show any emotions. And Dan just immediately says shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, always.
He just says stuff like, you guys are going to put it on me now, I guess, if Bergie is...
Why does he have to keep bringing that shit up? I know he's so stupid.
Stupid.
First, Alan's outfit. I gotta go to Alan's outfit real quick because it's breakfast time. Alan shows up in a little boy blue outfit. I got the blue glasses. He got the blue beret. He's got the blue frills with a really bright red tartan. Now, what I do enjoy is the little stupid tuft of hair that comes out from under the beret. Love it
that one
to
that
death.
comes out. So he's
that
looking
makes
like
him look like he looks like the Adventures of Tintin so much. love to death. And then later he's wearing like this black poncho when they're out in the wind, but he also has these like arm length gloves that are like full tartan sleeves.
He's looking like the freaking
absolutely excellent. He looks like if bagpipes were invited to prom. It's incredible.
He's looking like the Braveheart Spider-Man.
Ooh,
with those
he does, yeah. William Parker. So I gotta first of all, once again, apologize for being as heterosexual as I am. I do have to stick with my consistent 5 ratings, but I give this a full 5 out of 5. So as far as my non-heterosexual rating goes, 10s across the board. Once again, 10s across the board. A 5 out of 5.
And this one's 5 out of 5?
This is
okay, this one makes more sense to be 10s across the board then.
Yes, this one actually is 10s across the board.
So this one matches the other one you had. Previously, that was
this one's
really
incredible.
Sweet.
I absolutely love this. So we get a little bit of talking. After breakfast. Phaedra starts throwing Parvati under the bus to people in private.
Oh yeah, she's going around throwing it around.
Parvati tries to go to Peter. She tells him he's gaming really hard right now. I don't know why Peter is not fazed by the way these people try to play him. He was on The Bachelor, and people are underrating that. He was on a show where every single other person was trying to play him. That's the whole point of The Bachelor. He is the game. So everyone on his show is trying to play him. You think he can't sniff out your bullshit? Oh, everyone's acting like he's just some guy who gave out roses to pretty girls. That's not all that show is. Like, yes, the ideal ending of the show is you find love and you get married, but let's be realistic. How often did it really happen? And how often did it really happen and not just get used for PR afterwards to continue having a career? Like, it's a capitalistic machine, and this is a guy who played a game where it was 1 against, 12, 16, however many it is.
56.
Yeah, sure. And so Peter is getting underestimated by these people who are coming in and they're like, oh, I played Big Brother and I was on The Challenge and I was on Survivor. And it's like, yeah, you're underestimating these people who have a very different experience. This is a dude who I think can read these people. I
guess so. I think you're overestimating them, though.
I mean, I agree with you. I agree with you that he talks too much.
Right.
He is talking too much. But in these scenes, both Parvati and Dan underestimate Peter. They come in and they talk at him and think that they can sway him.
They just don't come with a good... Why did they not come with... Why can't it be one of these people that was on your team? Why can't it be those? How are you so sure that these other people are not that person?
Where are the seeds of doubt?
How can it be not one of those people and that they think, then they heard you saying that and they're like, oh, we're not going to vote for anybody tonight, so you think your plan went through and now you're going to vote me out.
You know what Dan did come up with? Dan came up with, well, when you kill me and I'm a faithful, you're going to feel bad about it.
Oh, my goodness.
He tried to play a future guilt card on a fake death in a reality TV show game. Sorry, Dan. Once again, you suck. You're horrible at this game. You suck so bad.
I don't know why you put him back up there.
On
your rankings last time.
I'm an idiot. Fuck Dan. Yeah. He's the worst. So we get to the mission.
It's the worst. He moved worse than Kevin.
He did. Yeah, honestly, he made Kevin look like a genius this episode. And just because Kevin didn't do much. I know. We get to the mission. It's the catapult mission. Right now they have $75,500 in the bank. And this is one where they have to go around, get all the pieces to the catapult, build it, shoot the golden cannonball, and if they do it in time, they'll get $20,000. Along the way, there are ammo boxes that are shield ammo boxes. If you take one of these till the end, you have the opportunity to get the shield.
There's only one shield.
Now, Kate hates this mission. She says they brought her back just to do this. She knows it. She's so mad she would rather sell a kidney for $20,000 than do this mission.
That's exactly how she was in the first season.
So incredible.
She was like, I'm just gonna walk to wherever we're going. I'm not going to exude.
And this mission's so great because it starts with a rushing river and everyone wildly overreacting and screaming. Kevin tries to throw Trishelle into the rushing river to get the fucking shield box. He doesn't. Trishelle gets it. Who else gets one? Peter gets a shield box. Sheree gets a
Sheree does.
Sandra got one.
Peter doesn't get one.
He got one.
Below Deck Kate got one.
Well, he got one and then had her carry it because he had to carry the heavy stuff later. Well, so he got it, but then left it on like the thing that they carried when they got the heavy stuff later.
Well, I think she found it, didn't she? Okay.
Peter found it, and she was going to steal it from him.
Well, yeah, but she came right up there, and they were like,
yeah, because they had to carry the heavy shit up the hill.
Yeah,
and so he had to put his box on there, and she's like, I mean, I could just take this right now.
Because she had it the whole time.
Well, she had it on when they were carrying that thing. Yeah, he had it when he was carrying the bag and the ammo box at the same time. So what and. I mean, this stuff has to be kind of heavy. I mean, this is fucking CrossFit, basically. They have to drag a catapult up a mountain. CT looked like he was fucking hossing it.
Yeah, they had John as an anchor on pulling those.
Yeah, John.
Like, what do you got John
Bercow going for it. Parvati also got a box. Parvati had a box,
Parvati got
one. Now... Kate had a couple great lines. One, I still have a little baby weight I want to work off, so it's fine. I'm going to do this mission. And then also, she's about to take Peter's box at the end because you have to put the box on the hay. Whoever puts it on the hay is the one who gets it.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually kind of surprised more people, I guess they didn't know what they were doing with them until the end. I'm surprised more people didn't try to steal them from each other, and I think they may have if they would have known that was the rules. I don't think the men would have been as willing to just like
let them carry it.
Peter just leaving his thing on that, like... But Kate, she was funny. She said that going for a shield felt too desperate.
So she just drops it.
Yeah, so she just drops it and lets Peter come up and get it. That's fine. So they get there, they build the catapult, and who do they let shoot the golden cannonball? It's our boy.
John!
Our boy.
They're like, I knew they were going to put John up there.
I mean, he's probably the only one who ever had to use
operated
a real
one.
Yeah, he's used
Trojan War.
Totally, at least once. He's like, listen, I'm the master of castle sage warfare in this castle, and I'm going. And so, King Narnia.
When I was trying to get Helen of Troy out,
now I might have to watch this back, but I think Bercow's golden cannonball launch. Potentially the furthest launch. If he had been in the running for a shield, I think he did better than everyone else.
He knows how to use that catapult.
Yeah, because that's what it is. Anyone who had the thing got the chance to shoot the catapult. If it went far enough, you get the shield. Peter came up short, which is exactly what I always have a problem with. Sheree gets the shield. And honestly, right now, I think Dan and Parvati both feel very screwed at this point in the game. Everyone's talking on the way home. All the cars are just talking to both of them or about both of them about how they're going home. Not great.
They do the car. There's the one car, except for the one car, and everyone's like, yeah, it's Dan. Except for Kevin. He's like, are you sure? Because Dan seems like a good dude. I don't think he's not really doing anything. I don't think. It's Dan. That's Kevin. I was like, Kevin, you're an idiot.
We had to get one Kevin moment. We needed one. Oh, man, I forgot one of the best things was Bercow going, I'm on cloud 9. He was so pumped. They do have 95,500 now, which the money's getting up there. Parvati's big mad right now. The thing is, Peter is talking too much. He's bragging too much. He's too cocky while he knows who the traitors are, but he's being way too cocky while talking to them.
Literally he's shoving people out. Like, Parvati, you get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk with my group here.
So these people are going to kill him. See, the thing about figureheads is figureheads get chopped off. I want to be in the group with the people I know are faithful. I don't want to be leading the group. And if I am leading the group, I don't want the traitors knowing I'm leading the group, because that's a ticket out of the castle. He's talking too much.
Yeah, talking too much, and you think you're dealing it, but he said that too.
Yeah.
I think, though, but again, when I said previously, you talk too much, you're the guy there, I don't think you get... I think it's a bad move to kill him.
I agree.
To kill Peter. Because then that puts it on to the people he was suspicious of.
Now, if this was one of the games that we've played, if this was an Ultimate Werewolf where we had played hundreds of times, which we have, we've played this style of game hundreds and thousands of times. In one we play, I would think that. I would think, I could be this lead person because it'd be a bad idea for them to kill me because they'd become targets. But as we've seen all year, these people do not know how to play this game. They don't understand the dynamics of their actions. And so instead, they just immediately put the target on the obvious target and pull the trigger without thinking. Dan straight up tried to kill Bergie this past episode in one of the most obvious plays. I mean, so I don't know if I'm Peter. I am feeling like I need to shut the fuck up because I'm playing with people who pull the trigger fast. They're not using logic a lot.
I guess you're right. Man, there was 12 people.
I know.
And you just had to vote. There's only 2 that you could vote for, and you would have killed someone and been out of the deal. Yeah. And you'd been just fine. Yeah. And you picked one of the people.
Yeah.
God, I'm so mad. Peter's plan was not good. It was so easy to see through.
It really wasn't a great plan. But it's funny because it's like, at least it was a plan. It feels like no one else has come up with anything that's any sort of logical plan. Right now, the traitors' moves, while it feels like they're just trying to throw people off the scent, honestly, it feels like the Star Wars sequels. It feels like they're just taking it one chapter at a time, and it's not cohesive, and now the seams are showing.
Yeah. I guess you're right. It's at least one a plan, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, just because no one else has one.
Yeah, and I knew it was going to happen.
But it's not
too.
great
if they didn't go for Bergie and let it be up.
Now, yeah, I know. Going for Bergie really screwed them over big time. Now, Dan tries a move here. They're all doing their things. He tries going one-on-one with a bunch of people to convince them that he's got his big pitch tonight. This was on the next week tease. He's got his big pitch. He's been watching somebody. He's going to tell everyone about it. So I start thinking maybe he's going to turn on Parvati because that's the other one everyone's talking about. If this is me and I'm going to turn on one of the traitors, that I feel like that might be my move. I'm going to shift the blame where there's already some target.
He had already... I think he had already done that deal where he put it on Janelle the last time.
Oh, yeah.
Where all the stuff was going to, and he's like, I'm going to go with her. So I think if he would have done that with Parvati, where everybody else was going with, they would have just been, you're just going with the obvious again.
I mean...
I don't think putting it on Parvati if you were going to be... out a traitor was the I don't think that
I don't know. Then I don't think he had an option because the other thing he did was throw someone no one was looking at. They were either someone they're looking at or someone they're not, and he chose someone they're not, and it didn't work. Instead of someone they were. I mean, at least it would have given you another shot. Because what he did not work at all.
Because he had nothing to back it up with.
It was bad. He got torn apart in this. He goes after Phaedra. He tries to bring up the Keck and Sue vote. Yeah. She throws that away immediately. He brings up her reactions at breakfast, and it makes him look like a fool. Other people jump in. This was bad. And, of course, you're going to immediately get 2 votes against you from the other traitors if you haven't talked to Parvati about this beforehand. Because you turned on a traitor. The other traitor doesn't want you around.
Way you're going to
done.
Get there. Yeah,
you're done.
Going out.
Oh man, what is this
why
move?
Why do you even take them? You think that was going to be your only save? You thought you were going to convince them to go get somebody that wasn't on any radar? Everybody?
Insane.
But I guess you're right. If you were going to try to put on somebody, I guess you try to put on Parvati. I mean,
it's at least an easy sell because they're not looking at anyone else. It's the only, and you could bring up the caskets like we talked about. Like there's evidence to bring up for Parvati that would actually I don't know, give your argument some credence. Instead, you bring up Phaedra and you bring up her breakfast reactions that makes Kate just fucking dunk on you hard. I mean. What was he even trying to do here?
I don't know. It was a bad move to even try to throw them.
You do
either
too
one
much.
of them.
You do too much, Phaedra, and Phaedra goes, "I do too much because you do too little." Shit.
I did think though when he went after Phaedra, Phaedra's response was not even close to when she went against Parvati, and Parvati didn't even put her on the bus.
I know.
She was just saying housewives, and Phaedra went hard against her.
So now I think that looking back at that, they've all been played. That was a Phaedra play. Phaedra going back at Parvati and acting mad, and I thought she was mad. I thought she was really mad. She wasn't. That was all a play so that she could choose next and kill another housewife and be protected because she was so adamant that it wasn't the housewives. Mm-hmm. Phaedra has been playing this game like an expert. She's been weaving in and out. It's incredible. I don't know. I go back. I think she's doing this better than we even realize. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought Dan was doing better too. And then look what happened. Dan ended up being shit. He even admitted he was shit.
Yeah.
At least he was a good loser, right?
No.
Well, I mean, he went back to the room and he's like, "Yeah, I mean, I did good at Big Brother, but I fucked this up. I'm not good at this."
No, well, I guess so. He admitted that.
He didn't cry.
But he decided, he's decided to take the whole freaking thing down.
That's true. He did fuck it up. Going after Phaedra really fucked it up for her.
The network, I think, should be like, Jesus, what do we do? How are we gonna? And which
somebody
they know.
Poisoned Dan for real.
Yeah, which I think they had to do at that point once they picked out Dan. They're like, oh, we got to get somebody different in there.
Yeah, this dude sucks
because of the twist.
And you know what? Peter's like, don't buy this, guys. When Parvati tries to speak up and separate herself, he made sure that people are still looking at Parvati, voted for Parvati. Bercow. Coming in strong with that Shakespearean monologue.
Oh, yeah.
You're a dastardly, treacherous traitor, and you must be expelled.
Or whatever the fuck he said. God, I love this guy. I hope he wins. I don't know why. He's probably a terrible politician. I probably disagree with everything, but maybe not. Maybe I agree with his shit. I should look it up. I'm going to look up and see if I would vote for this guy, but right now I love him. Well, as a person, I love him.
He's still clueless.
Yeah, totally. I love that. He's like Paddington Bear.
Yes, he is. I'm surprised you're not sitting there eating marmalade.
Yeah, he should be. That would be incredible. So both the traitors toss Dan, obviously. Everyone's pumped when they realize that Dan is a traitor, as you would be.
Yep.
And Trishelle is on to Phaedra. with great logic for the exact reason she should be.
Yep.
She knows Dan needs to offer up a traitor, and that's why he picked someone who came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also a reason I feel like he should have thrown Parvati under the bus, because honestly, people are already sniffing at her. You really fucked over Phaedra here. Like, I get it, I guess. If you're losing, who cares? Let everyone else lose or whatever. But man, you targeted one person's game with a terrible move, and she had no heat on her. None.
Yeah.
And now one of the people who are in the faithful five sniffing her out.
But you know what? Also, Phaedra did it to herself. She got in there, coming at him.
Uh-huh.
You guys, are you going down too, Dan? You guys are.
That's true.
Don't bring me in. She did it to her own
That's
self.
true. You're right. She was confrontational.
I bet if she was not confrontational, didn't do anything, just went along with what he was saying, he might not have done it.
You know, you're not totally wrong. It could have. She could have saved herself maybe a little there.
If she was going.
You know what I think? I think if she wasn't a Christian woman, she'd rip his heart out. She'd rip his heart out. Oh man, I just couldn't stop screaming at Dan this whole episode.
Sheesh. Him and Parvati both. I was screaming at.
No, same, because for this last episode or this last scene,
Yeah.
I swear to God, I was like, no, she's not going to. Is she?
I'm with you.
So Alan visits. Alan visits the turret. The traitors are there. It's Parvati. It's Phaedra.
Do you see John trying to get up on Phaedra there to smooth in on Phaedra? Yeah.
Hey, you know what? My boy's taking swings. My boy's taking swings. Hey, Bercow, listen. Go for it, bro. You're there. What else? There's not a lot of options. I know she's got a crush on CT, but hey, after that, you're probably number 2, my man. Well, no, Bergie. You're probably number 6. Out of 7, so not bad. No, so Alan visits.
Oh, yeah, she did like CT.
She does. She got a crush on CT.
She says she likes CT.
So they can either recruit or they can kill. I thought right here, if it was me, I would have recruited CT. And I'll give you my strategy behind that. CT was the other person that Peter sniffed out. And Peter is so cocky and overconfident right now. He is, and he's right. He's happens to be right with his confidence, where he's like, CT, I have unilaterally decided and dubbed you a faithful.
Yep.
And Dan and Parvati, you are the traitors. So now CT's safe and newly safe. They don't know that the traitors could recruit. Now, we don't know. They might reveal that. They could potentially reveal that. They've done that with other things. But to me, with CT getting this newly crowned, fully faithful, that's who I would have picked. But who I was afraid they would pick is who they did. But who would you have picked?
I would have picked somebody on Peter's team.
That's a good idea.
On Peter's side, close to him.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Either Bergie, which I had originally said Bergie would be a good person to get on your team, or Trishelle.
And see, I think of those, I would go Trishelle. I think Bergie is the one who would slip up potentially. He doesn't got a poker face. Trishelle is smart, and she's on to Phaedra.
Well, also,
well, they don't know. She's
as far as one of those people buying and going to be a traitor, Trishelle would be the one that would do it.
Yeah,
Bergie might not.
Yeah, exactly. Which is also what I think about Peter, who they just decided to go for.
Exactly.
And now Phaedra said she wasn't sure about it. Didn't know if she could trust Peter.
Peter, you don't kill him.
No,
I don't think you kill him either, because then that just puts it right on you. It's already on you.
Right.
Do not kill him.
For me, if you're not recruiting CT, you're killing CT. Now, I could see a recruit for Trishelle. Trishelle's good too. But since they don't know Phaedra, she's on to Phaedra, I don't know that I would have targeted her. But again, kill someone in Peter's group,
I think you recruit somebody in Peter's group.
That's a smart move.
If I was, Peter is a good recruit
Sure.
for Phaedra.
Yes, not for Parvati, though.
Not for Parvati.
Because now Peter can throw Parvati under the bus.
Right.
She ends up
and
being revealed.
Which he's going to.
Right. She ends up revealed as a traitor. No one thinks Phaedra is. No one thinks he is because he just killed 2 traitors.
Yeah. And if they recruit CT, he's not going to be able to help with the getting her out of the deal. But if he recruits somebody who was with Peter,
could convince Peter of something else.
Possibly convince,
especially
and put him on another route.
Especially Trishelle, I think, because she's got the strategic mind, and Peter seems to be listening to the theories that she's throwing out.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a smart move. I think you're right. Okay, so they pick Peter. Peter gets the thing, finds out he might get recruited, and that's where they leave us. He's
whether
worried.
He chooses or not.
And he's worried, and I understand. I don't think he knows that they either got to recruit or kill, so...
Right.
Because he's like, God, if I don't take this, they're just going to kill me, so he might think that he is getting killed that night. I don't know. I'm not sure what he's going to do. If I'm him, I take it.
You take it?
I do. But that's because if it's me, I want to be the traitor anyway.
But you're not him.
I'm not. And I think he won't.
No, I absolutely 100% don't think he's going to take it.
I think he won't because I think he thinks he's about to win.
He thinks he knows that he already knows.
Yeah.
He's smiling the entire day, raising his hands, having everybody raise his hands on how smart he is.
Yes.
And freaking fooling these traitors and things.
Yes.
And I got him, and I've got them. I've already done it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no... his head is too big to switch now. And he's like, I've got the second person. They're scared. We're going to get him out. Well, he thinks he's going to get killed. He already thought he was going to get killed.
Yeah.
So... I think he's going to refuse it.
I think he should. I think he should refuse it. But I get the logic. I get the logic if he chooses it, because personally that's the game I would want to play. But he's not me. He's not the type of player I am. He's the virtuous player.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have been. I don't know if he would be a great traitor. I guess we'll see if he chooses it. But
I think he's not going to choose it. And he's going to tell everyone that they tried to recruit him.
Yeah.
And so, obviously, he's on to them.
Yep. I think that's so, too. It's just perfect evidence. He's obviously onto them. That's perfect evidence. Just throw Parvati immediately to the wolves. Everyone's going to vote for her.
Mm-hmm.
You got nothing to worry about. Then maybe Phaedra kills you, but I doubt it.
But that also gives Parvati the perfect out, though, in saying... out and saying, well, why would I do that? Why would I, if I was that person and I knew you were going to get me, why would I do that?
I hope she's smart enough to have that argument.
I don't know.
I'm
not giving it to her at all.
Oh, right. So far, every time she's had the opportunity for a good argument on the plate,
what I think she's going to do, I think she's going to have the idea to do it and then not follow through.
Yeah.
Because that's what she's done all games so far.
Yeah.
I'm so mad that
I mean, I swear. Okay. Top 3. Who are your top 3 this time around?
Top 3. My number 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My number 3, I have moved... with Trishelle...
Mm-hmm.
Calling out Phaedra.
Yeah.
And knowing, and I think she's going to keep that to herself until the last bit of knowledge need to be done.
Mm-hmm.
And when she can use it.
Yeah.
So she's not going to use it. I think she is a buddy with CT.
Okay.
And I think she's for sure doesn't think he is a traitor. And she has eyes on the 2 other traitors.
Mm-hmm. She's your 3?
CT.
CT's your 3.
Yep.
Okay. I think CT's doing well. He's doing good in competition.
I'm moving CT in there? He's under the radar? Well, I mean, he's got the clearance from God Peter.
Yeah, he sure does. You know what? That's a really great pick. I think all mine might be in Peter's group right now, honestly. My number 3 right now is Peter himself, because I think he has a lot of options. He could potentially, go to the Traitors. He could stay faithful. I think he's got so many options right now, but I don't know what he chose. So that's why he's not higher.
I do not think it's going to be Peter.
Well, yeah.
I don't at all.
I'm with you.
I think
he could drop the ball. He's really braggadocious. Everyone I've gotten a little bit behind suddenly just falls flat on their face, so I kind of think that's about to happen too.
Because here's what happens. Here's what happens. Once he does get kicked out, and because his only other person that he thinks is the traitor is Parvati.
Right.
Right?
And once she's gone and is still going,
so he doesn't have a third one.
Uh-huh.
And then once she goes, he's got no other one.
That's true.
And so what
suddenly
happens
he's going to be lost again.
So now he's a perfect person to get rid of.
That's a good point.
And a perfect person to get murdered at that point. Because he has nobody to point fingers, and somebody's going to point fingers well, I guess
I'm just hoping he picks Traitor, and he stays at 3 if he picks Traitor.
Okay.
If he doesn't, he's off the list.
I'm moving Trishelle to number 2.
Same.
With that Phaedra.
Trishell's my number 2.
That smart information
so clever.
that I should have.
So clever.
I was like, yeah,
she's my dark horse. I hated on her so much early on because she learned. She learned not to attack after the peppermint thing. She learned to keep things close to the vest. I think you're right. She's not going to spill these beans.
The first person to make a smart decision based on what happened at the table.
Yeah. Yeah. Incredible.
Nobody else made these decisions.
It's incredible for someone to actually be playing the game.
And using the information they get.
Using the real parts of the game.
Yeah. Oh, why would no one else assume the same things that she's assuming?
Yes. I mean, they seem obvious.
If this guy's the traitor...
Yeah, I know. I want to keep wanting to say werewolf, too.
Yeah, I know. If this guy's the traitor... He's going to put somebody under the bus.
Right.
He's going...
He needs to offer something up.
Yeah.
He really could have screwed it hard for these Traitors, too.
Oh. Well, I think he did.
Who's your number 1?
I'm leaving Sandra at number 1.
Okay.
I'm leaving Sandra at number 1 just because she's... I think she's sneaky. Again, my only deal is she's under the radar.
Maybe they should have tried to pick her.
She's not in this group
She could have been a good traitor.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind her either, because you would assume that if they think that they're gonna pick a traitor, you would assume somebody who's under the radar.
Yeah, definitely.
And I don't think Sandra's that under the radar.
Yeah, fair enough.
She's very...
I'm going to pick Sheree as my number 1 right now. I think she's playing a smart game, even though she hasn't been on the right thing this whole time. I've thought she's played smart. She's been one of those middle of the road, always on the show, but never burning, never too close to the sun, people. And she's starting to get more and more TV time as we get closer to the end. Just a guess. I think Sheree might make, and she ended up with the shield. She has more ambition to protect herself than I realized.
Do you think she'll vote against? We've got the.
I do think she'll vote against.
Winning.
I think she will vote against Phaedra.
Yeah, we got the Faithfuls winning.
I think that if Trishelle shares the info, Sheree will turn on her. Will turn on Phaedra.
Will she share that info?
I don't know. If she does, though,
because she knows that they're like tight.
Yeah, I think she'll share it. I think she'll mention it.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, my only thing is...
But Phaedra had a great performance.
As far as editing goes...
Yeah.
They have not... Sheree has not got good editing at all.
Well, she hasn't done
much,
her a lot, but they're giving her a little more time each week, I feel like.
I mean, I would assume,
but she might go away.
They would toss her in there to get some, to
good
get that,
lines
like
or
you said.
something.
Let's build her up as everybody liking her or something
that's a good
somehow.
Point. That's a good point.
If she's gonna win this,
all right, fuck it.
You want to root for somebody that
no,
they like.
fuck it. Bercow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. It's
Oh,
got to be
John.
It's got to be someone everyone likes,
that
and
one
I'm
I
picking
like.
the guy I love. Bercow's number one. My little hobbit. We're going all the way, baby. We're taking this shit all the way to Mount Doom.
So angry.
Fuck the Eagles. We're marching into Mordor. Let's go, Bercow.
I like it.
He's getting killed next episode. Just watch.
I like it.
Who did we pick to survive? I don't remember.
I picked Kevin.
Who did I pick?
And you picked John.
Oh, he survived.
He did survive.
Oh, sick. Okay, so now we got to pick again, right? Who we think's gonna survive?
I think you picked John. Did you pick
yeah,
John?
I'm sure I did. That sounds absolutely right. If I didn't, someone call me out. I'll go back and listen too.
Yeah.
Because if I'm out, I'm out. But if I'm not out,
Well, you definitely didn't pick Dan.
yeah, I didn't pick Dan. Fuck Dan.
So
Fucking
we know that.
sucky ass Dan. Ekin Sue does not suck as much as Dan fucking sucks. I'm picking Trishelle. She's not gonna be out next episode.
Trishelle.
That's my pick.
Okay.
We know there's no murder, so there's only one person going. So
There's no murder. So
I guess they could do the next murder on the next episode. They could mix it up too and do a double murder. Who knows?
yeah.
Anything can happen. Trichelle's gonna make it. I'm gonna put a little star here so I remember this time. Now I gotta go
Man.
back and double check what I did last episode.
I'd already picked Peter before. I picked Peter before, so I can't repick him. Otherwise, I would, I think.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to take John now.
Yeah, good pick.
I'm going to take John.
That's my number one.
I'm going to take John because
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much longer he's going to last, but I think
He's
he'll
last
last
until
past
the
next
end.
week.
He's making it till the end. Never underestimate a
He's just
hobbit.
so clueless. If he lasts in,
It would be so incredible. It would be the funniest thing that ever happened.
he does make for good TV.
He does. I mean, they let him. He was a sleeper for a couple episodes, and then he came back strong.
Oh, yeah. You mean he was
launching
asleep?
That, oh yeah, exactly. He got too drunk for a little bit. They woke him back up. He hit on Phaedra. He shot a catapult. He gave a speech. This is my guy.
If they kick out Kevin, John will never find his way to the room.
Oh God, that's true. Kevin's like his freaking handler. Okay, well. I think that's it for this week, folks. Thanks for following along with the Master Traitors podcast. If you like what you hear, follow our other podcasts. We have one that's called the Bottom Boys Cast. It is our main podcast where we get to the bottom of all of life's big questions. Everything from how did the donkey and the dragon from Shrek have babies to what's actually going on with aliens and UFOs. Then we also actually have a really fun one that's coming out. It's actually out right now. We did the Christmas movie marathon, so we did a Groundhog Day movie marathon, and I'm not going to spoil the bit, but you'll figure it out pretty quick. Look that up. Our next show is here in Kansas City at the Rhino. It's going to be March 8th. We got a couple great comedians going to be on it, Casey Famous and Evan Christian Galt. Looking forward to seeing those guys, and yeah. Really?
If you're looking up the Groundhog, look up Groundhog Day movie marathon.
Groundhog Day movie marathon. Or if you click on our names under this podcast, it should bring up all of the other podcasts we do. It should. It doesn't always.
I was just saying,
but it should.
I was trying to do that this morning with
I know.
them, and I couldn't
sometimes
get them to work
it does,
at
and
all.
sometimes it doesn't. So
I type in Groundhog Day, try to get it come up, it wouldn't come in.
and it takes
typed in
Apple a
Arson
while to
Club.
for whatever reason, Apple didn't approve it until 10:45, and everything
Yeah.
else it was already on.
I don't know. Even on Spotify, I tried doing it. It would not.
Weird.
Yeah, but
Hey, either way, let's find it.
Oh yeah, you won't be.
You won't be disappointed.
No.
Especially if you love experimental, lovely comedy of the absurd sort.
And I had such a good time doing it.
It
too.
was literally
It was fun.
It's one of my favorite projects we've done in a long time. It was so dumb.
Lots of Groundhog Day,
Yeah,
movie marathon.
I literally put it all over my LinkedIn just because. I was like, hey guys, I made this. It's fucking great. So hey, follow along with us, Traitors US Season 2. Let us know who you think's going to win in the comments. Leave us some comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know if we've gotten gay enough for you. And I guess we'll see you next week here on the Master Traitors cast. I am your Snake Daddy, your Cheeseburger Princess, your Shit Poster Supreme, Matt Keck. And alongside me is the light of my life,
Paul, Human Shields.
Human Shields. Hey, sometimes if you gotta survive, you need a Human Shields. All right, folks, we'll see you next time. Arson Club out. Bye-bye. See ya. Flame on. What is that what I said? I don't know. Listen, we'll figure it out. That was not good. I'm sorry. I need a new one.